Face reality, people. Movies are dead. Games are dead. Narrative? Dead.
Media is nothing but neural trigger response and viral conditioning.
Wait, what are you two talking about?
All right. We're back with that reaction we promised 5 minutes ago. Stephen A. Smith on the Stephen A. Smith show. He looks like his health bar's down, like the silhouette of his body. He like lost health. He's at 1 HP. Whatever. Stephen A. Smith is going to apologize to Kyrie Irving. For what reasons? I do not know. I really don't know. Over what topic? I don't know. I'm very, very curious to hear what Stephen A. has to say. So let's do it. Here we go. Get him, Stephen.
This last subject before I go to break, because it involves Kenny Smith and Kyrie Irving. Kenny the Jet Smith for TNT, the great Kyrie Irving for the Dallas Mavericks, who may be on the verge of winning his second NBA championship, by the way, which is an incredible story within itself. But anyway, the topic that I'm about to get into is a bit personal. It involves Kenny, my brother, my boy. Kenny Smith and I go back decades. His brother, Vincent Smith, used to train me. Lost Battalion Hall, Queens, New York, all of that stuff. I got a scholarship.
Train you at what?
Because of Vincent Smith.
I don't know what you say about.
But Kenny Smith and I go back that long.
Journalism?
Last night, the TNT crew was discussing the evolution of Kyrie Irving this postseason. Because Kyrie Irving obviously has gone through so much, you know, being accused of anti-Semitism or anti-Semitic remarks just because he retweeted something.
Were you a part of that?
Getting suspended, having to deal with some of the things he's had to deal with, the whole COVID thing, and, you know, not wanting to play, not wanting to take the vaccine and all of this other stuff, ultimately missing an abundance of games. And, you know, obviously things going south in Brooklyn with him, Kevin Durant, and James Harden. You look at those situations and you just found yourself saying, damn, this is a bad situation. It's really bad. And Kyrie's name was written, you know, all over it. And then he lost the sneaker deal and, you know, and all he had was basketball. But the evolution of Kyrie Irving this postseason has been nothing short of spectacular, and he deserves a lot of credit for it. But that was also what led.
I'm sorry. That's partially an evolution, quote unquote, but that's just basketball. He was already that good, by the way. I remember games when KD and fucking Harden were out, where he was like carrying the fucking
50.
Brooklyn Nets.
Yeah, he was scoring 50, bro.
He was going fucking apeshit. That dude can play basketball. Period. So I'm like, are you just talking about basketball because his team's winning or something? Or are you apologizing because his team's winning? And he's a major reason of why they're winning.
I think he's apologizing because they're winning.
Like, what the... Like, they can't even do this shit right, bro.
No.
Embarrassing. They're embarrassing people, man. Here we go.
To Kenny Smith revealing a very private conversation that he had with me about my past critical comments of Kyrie. And I shouldn't say past because at the time we had the conversation, that's when it was going on, and that's when Kenny Smith called me. Here's what he had to say last night on TNT. We couldn't play the sound, but here's the quote. At one time, Stephen A. was an advocate about having a battle with Kyrie Irving. I had to call Stephen. I'm like, this guy's from my neighborhood. I named like 6 people, and I said, Stephen A., those people mentored you. They mentored him. So when you say something about him, you're actually saying it about us. And he said, I understood. Charles Barkley naturally followed up saying this about Kyrie Irving following Kenny's comments, quote, he self-inflicted himself. Talking about Kyrie. He got to take some responsibility. I think he's grown up. I think he's matured. Stephen A. and other people criticized him. He rightly deserved it. You can't go out there and be anti-Semitic. He deserved the criticism he got. He deserved the suspension he got. But as a basketball player, I think he's really grown up. And
That is Is that not the definition of like you don't know what the fuck you're talking
You don't
about?
know what the
Not
fuck
a
you're talking.
fucking ounce of what you're talking about. But it's like Chuck's funny, and he's funny. He's a jester type of guy. He gets goofed on a lot, right? Make fun of his weight. They make fun of him eating. They make fun of all this shit, right? With Charles, he's a celebrity court jester style type of person
Yeah.
who says some interesting things here and there. And he's like, when it comes to basketball, he actually says honest things, right? I think that's what people like about him the most, more than even the court jester shit. But to sit here, like, can't just go out there and be anti-Semitic. Like, what the fuck does that mean? What the fucking fuck does that mean, bro? You have no fucking clue what you're talking about at all, man. Like, Charles, tell us what Kyrie said. He was anti-Semitic, right? You're saying he was being anti-Semitic. What did he say? Why did he say it? You had him on your show, right? Ask him.
I know, right? He waited until they had a roundtable discussion without him on the show.
You can get his phone number, Chuck. I know you can. Ask him. Man, you can't just be out there and be anti-Semitic. Like, what? The fuck does that mean? Like, he goes to you can't just go out in the court and start juggling. You can't just do that. Like, it's something like that. I'm telling you, like, as much as like I said, I like Charles. I like Shaq. I like Kenny and Ernie and fucking... I'm okay with Draymond. I don't know him yet. I don't know him on the panel yet, really. But for those core guys, I like them all. Like, when they're talking about basketball, it's funny, it's entertaining, it's interesting. It's cool. But if they have to step outside their little boxes, bro, and say something about the fucking world, good God, are they fucking lost. Good God, are they so out of touch. But I get it, because, once again, I'll turn my attention to the audience. It's like, you're not expecting that from them. But guess what? Time to time, they're going to do it. They're going to step outside basketball, and they're going to tell you about how much anti-Semitism is in the world, or the COVID shot, or whatever the fuck. And it's like, damn, do you know what you're talking about, man? This is not like a you're a dumb athlete thing, because otherwise it wouldn't be defending Kyrie. It's not because they talk about sports that they can't talk about this other topic. It's just, holy fuck, are they so fucking lost? They have no fucking clue. If you tried to argue with them, they'd say no comment and walk away. Unless you're some sort of higher authority. Unless you're Barack Obama walking up to them like, hey, what did Kyrie say that you guys are so offended by? Oh, your answer's not making too much sense to me. Can you explain that further? What do you actually know about the topic? Oh, you can't? You don't have an answer for me. Oh well. Better stick to talking about basketball. And Obama drops the mic and walks away or some shit. Like, it's like, it's the epitome of looking for authority figures while someone is breaking the idea of an authority structure. Simultaneously. They're putting down someone who's stepping outside the box. Meanwhile, at the same time, they're holding up the fucking box. It's, once again, I understand people that are going to yell at me and be like, it's just Chuck, man. You're not supposed to take him serious. But why is he saying this shit? He doesn't say anything that's supposed to influence people in regards to other topics other than basketball. Then how come this shit gets to fly?
Yeah.
How come Stephen A. shit gets to fly? So yes, sorry. For me, there is no well, that's just Chuck shit. I don't do that, bro. Everyone's up for sale. As long as if they say some shit out loud that's like absolutely disagreeable with, I will fucking let them know I disagree. And it's like, isn't that needed, I think?
Yeah.
Shouldn't people be doing that? Like, hey, Chuck, if you just want to talk about basketball, then just leave all this other shit alone. But instead, you pick the side in a team and you're saying these things. Like, now you stepped in the water. Now you got to fucking swim. Now you got to account for it now. So we're going to grill you, like, ask you questions. Like, what do you know about any of this? Oh, well, I heard Stephen A. say it was anti-Semitic, so I'm now repeating that it's anti-Semitic. Can't be anti-Semitic, man. What are you, 5 years old, man? Golly. No,
Worried about that check.
I didn't mean to diss 5-year-olds. A lot of intelligent children out there. All right, here we go.
Cool.
As you can tell, I
Let me
probably come
say
from
this.
a political background.
Both of them are
kinda-ish.
right.
Not really, but a little bit.
Tackling Charles Barkley first. Kyrie did deserve to be criticized at the time that he was being criticized. And it's our job to tell a story. And that's what I did.
It's my
When it
job to
was
tell a
happening,
story.
I spoke about what was happening. So Charles Barkley's right about that. But nobody's more right than my brother Kenny Smith. Kenny Smith did call me. And when Kenny Smith called me, he spoke to me and he reminded me of guys. He mentioned 6 guys. I'll give you 3 of their names. One was Rod Strickland, former NBA player, spectacular point guard out of DePaul University and stuff like that. Rod Strickland is the godfather of Kyrie Irving. Another person was Gary Howard, Gary D. Howard to be exact, former deputy sports editor at the Philadelphia Inquirer, who was responsible for getting me there. When I was a high school reporter for the New York Daily News, he was the one responsible for getting me the college job at the Philadelphia Inquirer. He's also the former executive sports editor for the Milwaukee Journal Sentinel. At the time that Gary Howard was the executive sports editor there were 4 and ultimately reduced to 2 executive sports editors in the country, despite their...
I beg the audience, do not let this guy do this to you. I don't even know if he's doing it on purpose or not, but do not let him say, no, Kyrie was being anti-Semitic, but he's one of us. He's one of our brothers. And as one of our brothers, we need to treat our brother like this. Don't let him trick you with garbage like this. Once again, I'm not saying he's doing it on purpose. I think let's be real, man. He's an input-output machine. He's one of those guys. He's not a free thinker. He doesn't think hard, deeply about things, bro. I don't think. I think his thinking depth is quite shallow. Quite shallow. Shallow end of the fucking pool. So when he's saying all this, don't be like, he's still calling Kyrie like, yeah, Kyrie was being anti-Semitic. He's still saying that without investigating it, without observing it, without questioning it, without asking Kyrie about it, without any of that shit. He just said, well, we got to give him a break because he's one of the brothers. He's doing that shit, man.
Yeah. No, don't let him do that. Yeah, you're right.
It begs the question, what if Kyrie's not in the playoffs right now? Let's say the Mavericks didn't make it into the playoffs.
They're laughing at him.
They're laughing, or they're not saying anything about him. He's a ghost.
No, they'll probably say he's a malcontent if he's like viewed as struggling.
Oh yeah. Well, if he makes another comment.
Yeah. He's done, bro. Like if he brought the Palestinian scarf on to the press conference, and they lost, they would have trashed him.
Oh, if he did that as like the press conference where, like, let's say like it came down to the last game of the season, right? And this was
the nation game. Yeah, they would have trashed.
And they lost like a team they're supposed to beat and shit. Oh, they'd be roasting him. Like, come on, man. Hopefully, I'm wrong about what I'm guessing where he's going narrative wise, but I feel like I know this motherfucker for some reason. I don't, but it feels like I do with certain shit like this, just playing both sides and mealy mouthed fucking non-stance having ass weird shit. But alright, here we go. Let's be fair.
Sports editor there will
See that, Stephen A?
ultimately reduced to...
Hey, Stephen A, you see that? I stopped myself and said, let's be fair. Let him like say his own words. Oh,
yeah.
Shit. Wow, you hear that? But he gets paid a lot of money to not do that.
Run his mouth.
Let me tell you something, Anthony. Let me tell you.
Ultimately reduced to 2
Loser.
executive sports editors in the country, despite there existing hundreds of newspapers. Only about 2 were black. Gary Howard was one of them.
Oh, wow.
He's a Bronx native. He's very, very close to Dedrick Irving, Kyrie's father. They grew up together, knows him well.
Diedrich?
Gary Howard is also a friend.
Is his name Dedrick or Diedrich?
I have no idea.
Diedrich sounds more like a normal name. I wonder if he's just reading off a card right now. That's all that made me think. Yes, Stephen A. You deserve me asking that question. Oh, sorry, bud, but that's how I look at you right now. But here we go. So, a bunch of black leaders in the neighborhood said, "Don't be so harsh on Kyrie, even though he was being anti-Semitic. He was." Remember, he said Chuck was right about that. Chuck, the fucking intellectual of our fucking times. The master understander of anti-Semitism told us it was anti-Semitic, so we must keep marching on like that is the absolute truth. Golly. Here we go.
Other. They grew up together, knows him well. Gary Howard is also a friend and a mentor of mine. The other dude was Reggie Howard that Kenny Smith was alluding to. Reggie Howard is Gary's brother. Coaches a lot of youth.
Gary Howard looks down and reads it.
Street dude,
Gary's
very
brother.
connected, the whole bit. And all of them talked to me. And
I don't know if he's reading or not. I don't know.
They weren't disagreeing with what I was saying, but they were addressing the fervor with which I talked about Kyrie.
Yeah, he's doing what you're saying.
And I really didn't see it that way. I felt like I had looked out for Kyrie Irving on many, many occasions.
Throw a stone and hide your hand shit. He's doing it. Jay Electronica told me never to do that, bro. He's doing it. I've helped him out so many fucking times before, you know what I'm saying? I've helped him out. Yeah. Even though I was 100% correct about what I was saying, I just said it too meanly. Like, what? See, Kyrie's a victim here. We need to help him out, help our brother out. He's a lost soul. I know better.
Yeah.
He's saying that, right?
He can't think for himself.
Yeah. We had to set him straight, but I did it in the wrong way. Shut the fuck up, bro. Ignoramus, bro. You're on ESPN? You got a giant platform, bud? Yeah, you go tell me about the dead bodies piling up. You'll never fucking do that. You'll never think of doing that shit, bro. So I can't stand these fucking fools, man. I can't stand them.
Remember when you went to Patrick Bet-David and asked him, I don't know what's going on in Gaza. Can someone tell me?
Yo. I'm at that special moment. I'm a sports guy now. I don't know anything about this. But let's talk about the vaccine and let's talk about anti-Semitism. That I know about. It's like, what? You fucking full of shit, fucking phony ass motherfucker, bro. Clean these fools. Get them the fuck out of here, bro. Not literally vote, but you're kind of voting them out of office in a way by saying like, "Yo, this dude's trash, bro. I'm done watching this fool." It's let us do it. Let me and Anthony watch this guy for you. All right, don't leave this fool in his own corner, bro. Let's go over what Disney does around the world for a fucking living. Let's go find out what the fuck they do. Stephen A. has no quarrels with Disney. He has nothing to say. Not a fucking peep, bro. Holy shit.
If they fire him, he would.
We're talking about anti-Semitism? Bring up fucking Walt Disney. Huh? You gonna bring him up? Henry Ford? You gonna bring him up? Of course you're not.
Get fired.
Exactly. Fucking pout face. If I had the platform and in Stephen A's mind, a higher authority than him, he would get roasted and he'd sit there like a child and take it. Pause. But yes, sir, Jordan. Yes, sir. Sorry, maybe I'm going too far, but that's the way I view these motherfuckers, man. They operate like weirdos. Where I'm from and who I am, this shit is weird activity to me. But, alright. Here we go.
Really didn't see it that way.
I mean, who cares? Who cares? Whatever.
I felt like I had looked out for Kyrie Irving on many, many occasions until I couldn't. And I felt that his attitude towards me had changed and it felt like betrayal. I let that go, but then when his father, I felt, came at me the wrong way, I reacted like I react. I ain't backing up.
Wow, you're tough
And
too.
it wasn't until
He's fair, but he's
Kenny
tough.
Smith placed that call to me that I had to look at myself
He's
differently.
fair and balanced.
Because he reminded me
I'm
of
stern,
those
but I'm fair.
numerous people that raised Kyrie. They also influenced me. And when I talked
Just
about
watch Stephen A. hit
Kyrie
fucking
in the
boxing
fashion that
pads
I
again.
talked about him, it wasn't just a reflection on him, it was a reflection on them. And when I looked at it that way, it gave me cause to pause. And then I remembered having an argument on First Take on ESPN with Jay Williams. And Jay Williams wasn't even attacking what I said. He was attacking the energy and how I said it.
I was
thought
completely
about
right,
that.
but
And I said, damn, he's got a point. And then I ran into Kyrie. And we were at the Crypto.com arena, and Kyrie
someone's
came
typing
up
in that
behind me,
pass. Fuck.
touched me on the back, and said, yo, bro, at this point, it ain't even about us. It's about you and my dad and the way y'all been going at each other. And y'all got me caught in the middle of it. And when he said that to me, it hit home. I picked up the phone, live from the Crypto.com arena, sitting baseline.
Why are you
I texted
naming
his
this?
dad and asked his dad to meet with him. And his dad, being the class act that he is, agreed to meet with me in New York City a few weeks later. We met, we talked. Both of us apologized to each other for how we construed how one was coming at the other, et cetera, and we've been cool ever since. And when Kenny Smith brought that story up yesterday, it reminded me of the role that I play, the responsibility that I have.
Oh, hold on, real quick. Is he going to bring up what he was right or wrong about? It seems like an honest thing to do, right? Here's the thing that I was right about, but I said it the wrong way. Here it is.
Well, he hasn't said he did anything wrong. He just said he said it the wrong way.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. So it's like, yo, show us. You're Mr. Integrity, right? Show us that shit. I want to see it, Stephen A. Pause. It sounded really sus. Forgive me. Holy shit, man. It's like, come on, man. I'm telling you, if people got a whiff of, like, what an honest person sounds like, they'd never go back. Like, we want that. We want that thing. Like, that's our entertainment. Like, yeah, he's a little goofy or aloof or silly or whatever. Or he's wrong about this, but it sounds honest. Dude believes what he's saying. Guys like this? Come on, man. Look at all the theatrics he's fucking doing for you, man. I sat down. I opened a book. I read it all in 10 minutes. Then I stepped back. I was like, yo, look at that. Damn, my dick is big. I went back to reading again. Like, he's fucking putting on a fucking show, man. Like, talk regular. Fuck. Let me tell you something. I'm like, if you're talking like that to me, like, I'm gonna freak out, bro. What's your opinion? What do you think? Tell me. Let's slow things down a bit. This is not a wrestling promo. Talk to me like a person, bro. Stumble your words. Please. Please, Stephen A. Stumble your fucking words around. Do something. I mean, that doesn't look like a fucking Ken doll. Please, I beg you. Anyways, here we go. These are our best and brightest.
I'm not one that usually gives a shit what anybody thinks.
Yeah.
I stand on what I stand on. I feel the way that I feel. Because I pride myself in being man enough to acknowledge when I'm wrong if I think I'm wrong, because I think it's rare.
But you didn't say you were wrong. You said it in the wrong way. So Kyrie does need to retire still. Right? Or no, is he winning now? He doesn't need to retire. Which one is it? I don't know what he's apologizing for yet, other than his tone. Right?
Yeah.
By the way, Kenny in the background, he looks like a Malcolm X Muslim and shit. He looks like a Nation of Islam, bro, in the background. Look at this fool, bro. The Nation of Islam is just No opacity's turned down,
Feel
and
like,
then so he's like,
Chuck and Shaq with roasted, bro.
Stephen A's face looking down while his higher authority, his conscience is standing tall in the background. So I'm just saying, symbolically, that's hilarious looking. That's funny. All right, here we go.
But I was wrong. And for Kenny Smith to tell me that, it hit home in a big way because we go
I
back
bet
more
Kenny
than 30
says
years.
something very simple,
and I can count on
that,
two fingers how many
Yeah.
times he's thought I was wrong.
not
I
that
don't even
crazy.
believe he said that
And
shit.
so his friendship, his brotherhood means a lot to me. But it also reminded me of the brotherhood of all of
Kenny's
those
always
that
been a defend everyone
mentored and
guy.
have been there for Kyrie. And
Which
it
is like a
reminded me of
sweetheart
somebody like my
characteristic, bro. Like,
colleague
it
at
is what it is.
ESPN, Jay Williams. I love Jay. But we definitely don't see eye to eye on a few things. But damn it, when he's right, he's right. And he was right. I didn't think he was right at the time. But when you reflect sometimes and you see things for what they are, you got to man up and accept it.
So I guess Kenny Smith has a higher authority than Jay Williams.
I guess so. And whatever Stephen A said, either Kyrie was wrong about not taking the vaccine, which it turns out he was like actually fine. Right? He's all good, right? Playing some of the best basketball in his career, he's good, right? He's chilling. Or he's an anti-Semite still, which I don't think holds up either. So what were you right about, Stephen A? What were you right about?
The world may never know.
Like, let's be honest. The same tone that he says, Kyrie Irving needs to retire. It's the same tone. It's the same tone he uses when he's talking about like Mike Trout needs to just get back on the baseball field.
Yeah.
It's the same fucking tone. So what are we talking about? Golly, man, he wouldn't survive 2 fucking minutes with me. Not 2, man. It's embarrassing. Anyways, here we go.
And
I mean, I'm not here for that. I'm here
that's
for
what I
sports
wanted
talk.
to do. And so I'm glad that Kenny Smith told that story. I'm glad that he said what he said.
Looks like
because it
all
was
narrative and
1000%
dramatic
accurate in the exact
entrances and
context
shit
that
like
he
that.
said he spoke to me. He absolutely he said it 100% on point. I've been pissed a lot lately for having my words misconstrued, for people using it for clickbait, just to interpret me saying something that I didn't say because I know what the hell their agenda is.
And now you're about to apologize to Kyrie Irving for doing the same thing to him. Right? That's what he's about to do, right, Anthony?
No.
Stephen A gets misconstrued. He's like, they're twisting my words around and all that.
Yeah.
I didn't mean that. I didn't mean what they're saying I said. I didn't mean it like that. He's about to say, like, and then I turned around and I did it to Kyrie, and I feel so bad about it. I apologize. He better be that better be the next fucking words out of his mouth.
It will not be.
There we go. And Schrodinger's cat is revealed.
But Kenny Smith didn't do that.
Oh.
And I really appreciate it. And I think that it's made me better because of it. I'm not going to be perfect. But if I think I'm right, I'm not backing up. And if I'm wrong, I will back up and I'll confess to it publicly. And I think
It's good for you, man. Oh, shit. That's it. Cut it off.
Well,
Okay.
that was anticlimactic.
Yeah, that was abrupt. That was from his channel. From his official channel.
Pulled the Sopranos on us.
And with the black screen and shit. Oh, it's God, it's so disappointing, man. They wouldn't know, like, if they had a prodigy in front of their faces that thought a little differently, they wouldn't know what to do with them. They probably, it looks like they're going out of their way to fucking take them down, bro. It's like,
They get him hung.
you don't know how it works around here, do you? Let me show you how it works. Take you down. That's what it looks like. Golly, man. I mean, yeah. I think I kind of said everything I wanted to say while watching this one clip
Yeah.
where he didn't actually apologize.
No, he did.
I'm
He
sorry
cut
for
it
my
off.
tone. My tone was off. Everything
Oh
I said
my!
was 100% correct. Like, yeah, fuck
So you're
off.
not sorry.
Exactly. So, like, if Kyrie didn't hear the interview, just read the transcript, you'd be okay with it. You'd be fine. He needs to retire. what? What tone change will fix that? I don't know, but it is what it is. Yeah, I mean, I know we do a lot of entertainment shit on this channel. It's just I personally take entertainment as serious as any other topic in the fucking world. And this guy is an entertainer, right? With a platform and Disney and ESPN and all that shit. But he's an entertainer at the end of the day. If he runs for office, trust me, folks, he's still just an entertainer. He's probably just going to be just an entertainer. He's not going to be some sort of revelation in the political world. Right? He's going to try to say the right things and shake the right hands and all that shit, just like he does at ESPN. But yeah, I just wanted to say, like, the way I am being right now is like that's my honest takes on art itself. That's why the channel. That's why the name of the channel is Art is Dead, because I see it dying, and I think fuck faces like that contribute to it, in my opinion. Am I calling Stephen A. Smith an evil human being? Like, no, I don't think he's an evil person. I don't think there is such a thing as evil people. I think there's evil actions, but I wouldn't even accuse him of that. Totally. There's things here and there, maybe. Just a little bit. But the point is, I care just as much about this as I do any other topic. From bombs going off, to limbs of innocent people being blown off, to them dying, to houses being blown up, to homelessness, to all of it. I consider them all worthy of the best of ourselves. So when I hear Stephen A. Fuckface talking two sides out of his fucking mouth, I'm gonna let you fucking know about it. And forgive me if I do. It's just how I feel, man. Alright. Anthony, anything you want to say?
No, well said. Well said. I agree. I think it's just fun. It's almost like it's like even when they take a L, they gotta make you think they're still winning.
I was right about everything I said.
Everything else said, I ain't doing nothing wrong. Like,
I'm sorry, Kyrie, but you were being anti-Semitic. It's like,
yeah,
what
like
the fuck?
they just throw that in there and shit. Like, like, what are you guys even saying? Do you guys even know what the word means?
I was like, isn't that like a death sentence, narrative-wise? Like
Yeah.
that's you basically being called racist, right? So it's like, you are being racist here, but we're sorry. It's like, what? You're saying so? Chuck and Stephen, that you guys are saying you were right about what you were saying
And
about
it
him.
shows. It's like, listen, listen to the words Chuck said. Oh, he deserved it, but he's matured. Matured how? He scores 30 a game now. Is that how he matured?
Exactly. It's like right in
Like,
front
what
of
the
our
fuck are you
faces. Oh
talking about?
my
Like,
god.
like as shitty as Stephen A. shit was, that sounded better than what Chuck said. What Chuck said, I'm like, what are you saying right now?
Oh, that's fucking hilarious. I mean, you were being anti-Semitic, but
He's
those
scoring 30 now,
those
so
3-pointers you hit in the fourth quarter. I mean, god
you're
damn, bro.
maturing. You're maturing.
How can I hate on
And,
that,
and
man?
and then you don't keep the same energy when he's in right in front of you. Like you have nothing but daylight to tell him, hey, you mature on those stances you had. Like you didn't even ask him none of that.
Some dude.
Like you guys are known for being witty, taking chances, not caring. You guys look like fucking lawyers when that guy got on that stage with you.
Some dude with a childlike smile, living his best life type
Yeah,
shit.
like these guys were petrified.
Knowing like Kyrie knows everything you said about him, but he
Yeah.
still goes up there with a smile and gracefully like engages with you and shit. And these fools gotta put their fucking heads down, bro.
It's all love. He pulled up there with nothing but love for you guys.
Oh, he like, yeah. That's why I hope Kyrie is the guy that I think he is, because that'd be fucking awesome to have in the world. That's for any like, I know he's rich and famous basketball player. I get that shit, but I would appreciate that wherever I found it, wherever, from the gutter to the fucking NBA, finals. I think that's a beautiful thing to say. So, all right. Here's our reaction to Stephen A. Smith's Kyrie, I apologize. I used the wrong tone. Here's our reaction to that shit. Yeah, there it is.